Hey guys, welcome back to another recipe from Keto Made Easy by Keto Connect. Today we're going to do bacon and crab mac and cheese. We have two recipes left in this chapter. This chapter was called Classic Comfort Food. And so we just have two more recipes to do, and then we're moving on to, what is it called? Chapter 4, which is takeout favorites. So we'll start with this here. It is 320 calories. Fat is 23 grams. Protein is 20.8 grams. Carbs is 10.5 grams. And fiber is 4. So they have them in little dishes like this, but it's macaroni and cheese pretty much, but with cauliflower. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 425 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And then I'm going to cut up some bacon here. And we're going, it says to use 3 medium-sized bacon chopped. So we're going to cut up some of this bacon. This bacon I have is, I believe, just from the grocery store. And make sure you don't get like maple or anything with like a sweetener on top of it. Make sure it's either just hickory smoke or original, or, you know, nothing with all that sugar on top of it. So I'm just going to wash my hands really quickly here. I'm going to preheat my oven over here. We're going to go ahead and grab a knife here. I'm going to have to grab this big one because I used some earlier. I'm going to move you guys down here, and we're going to chop up this bacon here into bite sizes, and then we're going to cook it. Now next to my, yes, right here, perfect. And we're going to grab the bacon, and we're going to go ahead and cook the bacon pieces. Make sure got them all. Good to go here. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes. Let's get brown. And then we're going to come, I'm going to wash my hands really quickly. Cauliflower and some onions. Today we're going to use the penguin. So we're going to let this cook up a little bit, and we're going to move back to the counter over here, and we're going to add some cauliflower. So we're going to take this head of cauliflower here, and we're going to open this up. Use this as a little trash can here. Take the leaves off. I actually already made this recipe a couple of weeks ago, or like a week ago, and the first part of the video didn't record. So I don't know what happened, but so I'm getting to make it again. Luckily, it is a very good recipe, and Kyle, my husband, and I really liked it, so we're going to try it again. I'm going to take my big old knife here. Woo! Save those there. Take this out. And we're just going to cut this up into florets. And then we're going to boil it for a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up here. Because you're going to eat it like a macaroni and cheese. So I'm gonna boil some water over here by the stove. I'll bring you guys over to the stove and we'll get that water boiling. And we're gonna add some seasoning to this. So we're gonna come back over here to check on the bacon. It looks like it's sizzling. Smells good. And we'll put some water in this container here. And then while that is boiling, oop, there's another piece of bacon on there. We don't want to waste any bacon. Bacon is good. So while the water is boiling, we can cut up the onion. Video for just a second and I'll bring it back when it comes boiling. Okay guys, I've got the water boiling now, so I'm going to add in the cauliflower. Hopefully I don't spill anything. Let's start putting the cauliflower in here. Oh, I'm going to take that big old chunk of just the stalk there out. There's some big pieces of stalk. Sorry about that. I'm going to take those out. I didn't cut it very well, did I? I'll cut these pieces back. I'm going to have cauliflower all over my floor. Okay, there we go, guys. Just a few pieces on the floor. Nothing too bad. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just break these off here, so I'm not wasting any cauliflower. And then we're going to add some seasoning to this cauliflower. There we go, guys, we got it. Let me just throw these away really quickly here. We're going to add some garlic powder. So let me grab the book here really quickly. Let's see here. Garlic powder, we're going to add 2 teaspoons. Okay, so I'm using the garlic powder from Sam's Club, and we're going to add in 2 teaspoons. And then the next thing we're going to add in is, let me see here, the salt. So we're going to add in half a teaspoon of salt. Perfect. And then we're going to let that steam for about 7 to 10 minutes. I'm going to put this fancy lid on. I got the lid right this time, first time. And then we're going to cut up some onions. So, oh, it looks like our bacon is almost done here. So, kind of I'm just going to put it on low or off and then let it just finish cooking. And then we'll put that on a towel to dry up some of the grease but that looks really good. The bacon looks really good. I'll show you guys really quickly. So the bacon looks really good. And then we're going to come back over here and chop up some onions. So if you guys watch any of my other videos, I do not like onions. So we're going to put about this much of onions in it. And it says to use 1/4 of a medium-sized onion sliced. So it kind of is about that size there. So, and we're going to dice it really, really good. I like mine, like you can't even decide that there's onions in it. So, then we're going to set this aside, and we're going to do the next thing that the recipe says. Okay. That looks pretty good. And the next thing we're going to do is looks like we're going to do some butter and cream. So we got to let the bacon is done. So we're going to go ahead and put that off to the side here. I'm going to get this little plate. And we'll go ahead and just put the bacon on here. If I can scoop it up with this thing. The penguin might not be strong enough. And our oven just went off, so it's at 425. And we're going to try to get as much bacon as we can here. Sorry, it's taking me forever to grab all this. Spatula is not very strong. There, I did it. Okay, so we're going to set that aside here. And we're going to let this, remove this here. Grab my little saucepan here. It's clean. So we're going to do this saucepan here, and we're going to add some heavy cream and put the butter and cream in a small saucepan over medium or low heat. So the heavy whipping cream and the butter is, how much of the butter? 2 tablespoons of butter. So I got some butter right here. You guys all know I use the Kerrygold grass-fed butter. So we're going to about do 2 tablespoons of butter. There we go. And then we're going to let that melt down a little bit. And then we will add in the heavy cream. I just use Kroger's heavy whipping cream. Melt down a little bit, and then we're going to add in 1/4 of a cup. Perfect. I can put this on this way. Put the lid back on here. And then this time I did it, I actually got the white cheddar. So I have this old world aged and sharp cheddar, but it's white. So I'm excited about using that, and we're going to put it in here. Get this melted down here. And the cheese is a cup. So we're probably probably going to use all the rest of this, and then we'll use some of that. So let me just go ahead and start grating this in here. We'll stir this up and get some more cheese. And the cauliflower is almost done, so then we'll drain that and then put everything together. So we're going to add in a few more cheese here. The cheese smells good. Stir this up. I'll actually, to make a cheese sauce for keto is very easy actually. I make my own mac and cheese. I use chickpeas pasta, and I make my own cheese sauce, and it's actually really, really good. Just stirring this so it doesn't get stuck on the bottom of the pan. Got about a minute left on the cauliflower here. I'm going to get my strainer ready. For the cauliflower. You guys over to the sink, nothing fancy. The sink is all the same. And we're going to move this over here. Perfect. And then it says okay, and then we're going to move that cauliflower back over to this counter here, and we're going to mix everything together, okay? So back to the counter here. We're going to take our casserole dish here, about 8 by 10 casserole dish, and we're going to put our cauliflower in here. Oops, there's a big old piece of just stock. I think I'm going to take that out. Okay, guys? This one is just stock, so I'm going to get that one out of there. And then we're going to add in the bacon, and we're going to add in some crab meat. So this is premium white crab meat. I'm going to put some of that in here. I'm going to open that up right now. Like I said, we already had this, so I already know that this is really good actually. I'm going to drain some of this out of here. Perfect. And it's got like a white sheet of paper on top, and then it has a white sheet on the bottom. So be careful if you take the meat out that you don't forget about that white sheet on the bottom there. Just kind of spreading the meat around here. Nope, there was no white. Oh yeah, there is a white sheet. I see it now. I was like, there it is. There's the other white sheet. I don't want to miss any of the meat. So there's the other white sheet, and then you just take the rest of the meat and you put it in here. And then we're going to add in the bacon. I'll grab the bacon pieces here. I'm going to add those in here. I could have cooked more bacon, I think. I should have. I grabbed a big cauliflower head. I should have grabbed a medium-sized head, not a big old. But it's good. I've had this before, so I know I was going to like it. And then we're going to add in the onions. Not my favorite, but you do what the recipe says, right? Then your husband doesn't ask 50 million questions. What's in here? What is this? Then he can just read the recipe book. And then we're going to add in the sauce. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to wash my hands really quickly here. Add the cheese sauce. Looking good. And I think we just got to add parsley and pepper. And then we're going to stick it in the oven. Ooh, yummy. And we stick it in the oven for 10 minutes. Such a good and healthy dinner. So we're going to just take some pepper here and just kind of put it over it. And then we're going to take the parsley and do the same kind of thing. Parsley is the parsley flakes here. Perfect, you guys. And I don't put a cover over this. We want it to get brown. And then we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. And then we'll try it in just a second. Okay guys, so we're going to pull it out of the oven here really quickly. Smells really good. And this is what it looks like. Let me see if I can. Yay! Looks really good, you guys. I can't wait to try it. I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit and we'll be back in a second. Let me close the oven door. It feels fantastic. It's nice and cold here. It's nice and cold here in Arizona. So let me get that stove closed and then we'll come back and try this in a second. Okay guys, I can't wait any longer. I'm starving. It is 8:30 at night. All I've eaten today pretty much is peanuts, some cheese, and some hot links, I think, and that's it. So I'm going to try some of this. I'm going to take a big chunk of some crab meat, some bacon here, and some cauliflower. I know this is going to be hot. I know it, I know it, I know it. But I'm starving. So if I make a funny face, it's because it's freaking hot. So good. So good. I didn't think that crab meat would be so good out of that can, but it's so good. I didn't get any cauliflower with the cheese because I grabbed one on the side here, but I know it's good. You guys should try it for real. If you really want to start doing keto, cauliflower is going to be a main ingredient in a lot of the recipes that you see. So please try this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.